What's going on? So I'm going to be doing a video here talking about my Traxxas TRX6 Hauler that I have converted to 8-wheel drive. Because I'm recording this on an iPhone, I can't just on the fly take a video, switching back and forth the camera. So I'm just going to record this, send it to the video editor. I don't normally do this, so normally I just upload shorts to YouTube. They do well, get a few thousand views once in a while. But we're going to talk about this hauler because it's pretty interesting. You don't really see too many 8-wheel drive haulers, and the ones you do, it's just for show. People aren't actually using them. I've crawled with this truck already. It does great. So we'll go over that, everything in due time. So for now, it's going to be a how-to on converting this thing to 8-wheel drive. Here is said hauler. So everything is fairly normal. Everything's about the same as you would expect. The only thing I've done is I put some brass portals on the front just to help keep the nose down. I got a brass bumper mount, which really comes in handy. Servo winch, shifter RCs, S2.0 steering servo, Castle Mamba X ESC, and a 1412 Castle motor, 3200 kV. So this thing is absolutely nasty. You get the dually adapters. I do have another set kicking around, so I may make this a dually axle as well. I don't really know yet because I just, haven't decided. So what everybody wants to know, how the hell did you make this thing 8-wheel drive? So if you notice, this is the original for second axle for the second axle in the truck, first rear axle. If you notice, this is where you screw everything in from, is this side. You have to flip it 180 degrees if you put an axle here, because what happens is you got to keep the ring gears opposite. So you'll notice this one's on this side, this one's on this side, the back one's back over here. So that just keeps the drive orientation correct. So as you can see, everything's spinning the same direction. The only thing you need is the link cradle, like the back one has for here. That way you have room for this axle to move, and you can get different links. You can get a little bit shorter links. It's totally fine. Play around with the sizes. You can get this so this fits a little bit nicer, and you can move. And you may have to do some trimming. You may have to even move this back. You may need a longer drive shaft piece. I don't know. It's up to you. So this is just how I did it, because I kept this basically, if you look at it, it's about as symmetrical as it gets. And even up here, if you notice, the spacing is pretty dead on. It's not 100%, but it's as close as I'm gonna get it. It's an RC truck. It's never gonna drive perfectly straight. So anyway, we got this is the only axle I have a spool in. This one I used, I just used some 5/16 washers in these two and the front axle because I didn't feel like spending $60 on spools. You don't need it. Just get some 5/16 washers, pull the diff lock cables out, pull the servos out, because you know the servos are going to go bad. Lock it up, you're good to go. So that's all I did for this. I took it out the other day and I crawled with it, and it did surprisingly well. So I'm going to keep putting this thing together. I'm going to do probably a test video just to show it off. Maybe take some video later. Not 100% sure. It depends when I get this thing done. I got to make sure the steering horn's correct, because it was kind of hitting the frame and it wasn't steering as far to one side, so I didn't really care for that. So I'm trying to fix that as we speak. So I'll do a whole build video talking about wheels, tires, tire inserts. 3D printed is the way to go. I mean, these are dual stage in here, but that's just because I needed something that was good for the duals. Other than that, that's about it.